Hi guys, welcome to episode 3 of my work journey instances, in which I actually show you how a real production setup for a senior software engineer is and what they actually do in their real work life. Most of the people actually think that software engineering is about getting the task assigned and completing it, but that is really different in a real setup of work environment. Today's work is a little different. In the previous episode, I showed you how I actually developed a new feature and shipped it to the live user so they can start using it. Today's setup is we are going one step before the requirement gathering, and that is called the design phase. In this, a design is usually presented in which we clear out the feature pointing, and that is how long will this take to develop. We see how it can be integrated into the existing system and clear out the requirements so the team can start building on it and it is good to go. In software engineering, one thing I've noticed that you should have a good collection of backpacks. Either they're shoulder bags or backpacks or just laptop bags. They have to be great. I think that's make a real important. Whether you're working in remote or in office, you have to carry a lot of things like notebook, pen, glasses, laptop, charger. So getting yourself is a good backpack is a really great investment for a software engineer. As I've described, that we are a really different type of a work today, so it's less of a coding, more of an R&D. So we have a really different setup for working as well. We are not sitting at a desk this time, in which I usually do much more focused session. Instead, we are changing the environment because the remote work gives us the ability to work from anywhere. So sometimes a new place helps us to rethink and reset our thinking and focus more. So today we're grabbing a coffee, finding a calm, cozy spot and doing some deep work there. I've learned related to remote work is actually it teaches you ownership. No one really knows if you sat on the desk at 6 a.m. or 9 a.m. or are you working from on cafe or at home or at office. They only mean is that did you deliver the work or not. As long as you are shipping the results, the company is happy, the client is happy, and that's what creates your credibility. And I've been getting much of a questions that why I'm not getting promoted, and most of the time the answer isn't the years of experience. It's because the seniority doesn't come from how long you have worked, it comes from how much responsibility do you take and how much people can actually rely on so that you can actually become the valuable asset to the company. So coming back to the today's work, as like I mentioned earlier, this is actually one step before the real feature development and shipping. So most of you see videos of the feature development. This is basically before writing any single line of code. This is something people underestimate and don't mention much is the design meeting. So if you're a senior or a lead role, these design meetings are very crucial because the feature pointing you do here directly impacts the delivery timelines. The client and your company expects delivery based on these estimates. So if the pointing is wrong, the delivery slips, and whatever happens, your credibility gets questioned. This is the reality. So in real world environment, software isn't built by just one person or a software engineer. It is built by multiple teams: front end engineer, back end engineers, and quality assurance teams, and the designers which actually present the design. So let's take a real diagram example I'm creating here. So we have three major domains that handles the software creation and its maintenance is QA, front end, and back end. And we have four different cycles of shipping a feature from the development to testing to all. So front end and back end, as you can see, we have two branches of each domain, that is the development and the integration. So front end and back end starts the development at the same time. Back end starts creating APIs, front end starts the UI design, then front end starts the integration of the APIs, and back end gives the integration. So both starts at the same time. That's the phase 2. After all ready, QA tests everything. That is the phase 3. QA points the bugs and fixes that from the front end and back end. That's the phase 4, and that's how the feature gets ready for production. So these three domains handle 4 cycles, and each feature or a small change has to go through that. Backend engineer lead as well. So I start by the backend designs and database updations, whatever required for this new design feature, and I look for those. Fast forward to that, we have a coffee right here. So if you guys are really shocked, yeah, this is a cold coffee. In winters, I'm not much of a hot coffee person. Let me know in the comments which team are you on. Just finalizing all of the requirements I need, writing message on the Figma, and that's what I usually do to get the requirements cleared for the final phase. Looking at the views as well of this coffee shop, the Lahore itself has grown a lot for the past couple of years. The culture has got rich, the energy is alive, the people just love going out here, and the cafes is great to work in, and strong culture and lifestyle is really hard to match what Pakistan has to offer. I'm not comparing it from the Europe style, but I'm comparing with what Pakistan is providing. That's all pretty much it for the work. Again, it was a cozy, chill work day. I've required whatever I need. Even though it may sound that less of a productive day, but trust me, yeah, the more you spend time in these requirement phase is great. Even I tell my company or the team as well, it's okay to spend one extra day on this as well, because the clearer the requirements are, the better the outcome will be. Because anything anyone can code through the AI, we have to get the requirements clear. So now we have learned that before pointing, we have to keep in mind each phases of the development cycle. Two phases for front end, same for back end and QA as well. We can deliver on time and doesn't create any mess.